Hey guys, Frank here, your virtual general aviation aviator, and today I am in Telluride. It's December 31st. I'm sorry, yeah, it's December 30th, 31st. Yeah. And lo and behold, my boss, my billionaire boss, wants to go to Denver to bring in the new year. Come on, give me a break. Don't I deserve a day off? Well, that's the life of being a corporate pilot, right? All right, so yeah, my billionaire boss wants to take his wife and his friend to Denver. So I got a crew of four, and he wants to be super comfortable on this flight. So we're also taking aboard a flight attendant because this is not business. This is pleasure. So money talks. Anyway, so I am working. But that's okay. Many of you guys may have to work on New Year's Day, especially if you're in a public service job. Anyway, this is the Gulfstream 550 by AKD Studios, and lo and behold, it's a great airplane. Um, I've said this once and I say it again. When I first bought this airplane, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a hangar queen, because I hadn't heard any of the popular YouTube creators do videos on it. Now, this is when I first bought it. I bought it because HD Sim was doing a video on it, and it looked like he was having such a great time. And when I bought it, boy, was I blown away. And it's been coming along ever since. I mean, this guy has been fixing stuff on it left and right. So his group, I don't know how many guys there are in that group that's working on it, but the texturing has gotten better. And again, I'm not one of those guys who spend a lot of time looking at stuff on the outside, but look at this gear. Let's see. Yeah, look at this gear, and um, the wings, the curves look good, except for maybe right here. I can see where the curves didn't come out perfectly. But again, I'm never one of those guys who really pay that much attention to those types of details. Um, only reason I mention it because I know there are a lot of guys who do pay those details a lot of attention. Anyway, this is going to be a fairly long flight. The flight time itself is only about an hour. I think maybe not even an hour. I think Denver is 100 and just under 200 nautical miles from Telluride, Colorado. So the flight itself will be short, but I am going to take my time and take you, if you care to see it, through the whole process of me getting this flight ready. If you just want to see the takeoff and landing, then I'm going to put in the index, or I'm going to create an index and put it at the bottom for you guys, or you can click the show more notes and see the index table of contents, or whatever you want to call it. All right, so you can see the pilot and first officer look just like me, right? Okay, so yeah, let's get in the cockpit and get started. Okay, so I've got keys set up. Yep, that's working. All right, so come on, guy. There we go. All right, so we do have a GPU outside the aircraft. So yeah, we can go on the GPU. So we'll start by getting the battery started. and go ahead and then get that GPU fired up. And so we need to turn on these display units. And just run through my tests, and I have no idea how this test is actually performed in real life, so just bear with me. So I'm just gonna touch everything. And I do want to check that because the APU fire test is really important. All right, and fault test. Okay. All right. So yeah, ready to fire up the APU now. All right. So always the first thing I like to do is go ahead and get the IRS to a start aligning because they can take a while. All right. So that is done. All right, so go ahead and turn the cabin stuff on, and make sure that I've got some hydraulic pressure built up in my built up for brakes and whatnot. So I'm just gonna turn these on and check. Auxiliary is 3000. Happy. All right, so yeah, a lot of stuff in this airplane is kind of like the Airbus. A lot is automatic. All right, let's get some fuel going to the APU, which would be APU, this tank, and this alternative tank, these fuel pumps. And just so I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and turn everything on. All right, doesn't hurt. Okay, so go ahead and turn the nav lights on, and I could turn these on now, but I'm gonna wait until after I get on, at least have my APU running before I turn the AOA probes on and whatnot. Okay, same with the anti-ice. All right, so now what I want to do is go here and build a flight plan. Let's see if I can't pull this up on my iPad. It's a little easier to enter stuff if I can. Okay, so I am seeing a different iPad. Yeah, that's right. I reached out to the developer, and the developer of I reached out to the people who make the iPad app, Web FMC, FMS, and they said that they were waiting on some data from AKD Studios. So yeah, if any of you guys fly this aircraft, then reach out to AKD Studios and tell them to remind them that Web FMS is waiting on the data so that they can make this compatible with the app. Anyway, so I actually can change this. I could go into my EFB, electronic flight bag, EFB, and change the FMS system to the X-plane one, and then I could use my iPad version. But I like the authentic one, which is this one. So yeah, that's the one I'm going to use. So that means, let me go back home here. that means I am going to be using this one for my primary flight information. Let's see, I was thinking maybe I could pop that out, make it bigger. I probably can, but I can just zoom in on it. I think you guys can see it. Alright, so Iraq is 2313, that's correct. The last one was 2112, and Navigraph, okay, dates are correct, and happy. Alright, so let's get our position initialized. We're gonna initialize using this GPS position, and it said, yep, that's where we are at KTEX, Telluride. So yeah, so now we can go straight to our flight plan, and I do have the flight plan. I have been working on a flight plan at what do you call it, SimBrief. So hoping I can show that to you. I guess not. Yeah, I can. All right, so this is the SimBrief flight plan, and let's see, so I'm going to be flying today's jet out of his fleet is November 444 Sierra Charlie, and I am going to let well, let's see where the jet stream is. See if what we doing makes sense. So the jet stream is just below us. I was hoping that might get a good tailwind if the jet stream was in our thing, but I don't, in our way, in our path. See, so the other thing I want to check is for any weather. Don't see any weather, so I'm happy there. And let's see if we got any turbulence to contend with. Might have a few small bumps, might have coming out of Telluride and going over this section, but looks like for the most part we are going to be avoiding it. And icing is always a concern this time of year, but it's not a concern today. Neither is cloud cover. Well, got some cloud cover in Denver that I might want to just be cognizant of. And yeah, so yeah, otherwise looks like it's going to be a pretty decent flight. All right, so I do have I will get ADAS reports in my flight plan as soon as I hit the generate button, which is why I haven't generated this flight yet. All right, so I'm actually doing as much reviewing as I can before I hit the generate button. Okay, so yeah, and the thing that I don't know, let's say, I guess I could fly basically whatever altitude that I want, but I'm gonna let SimBrief choose an altitude, hopefully that's appropriate for 232 nautical mile flight. So let's go ahead and generate it. And when I say I'm gonna let SimBrief pick the altitude, right here it says auto. Can take a quick peek at the METAR now. So right now we got winds 270 at 12 straight down the runway. No gust reported. 10 statute miles, clouds scattered at what was that, 11,000, and temperature is 2, dew point -15, and altimeter is 3013. So that's decoded there. And yeah, so and that's a VFR weather category. I did turn on runway analysis, so I've never clicked this before, so this is gonna be new for me too. And so yeah, hey, how about that? Just like I said, I got a 12 knot um, uh, headwind uh, down the runway, because I'll be taking off 27. Yeah, 27, and looks like I'm gonna have a 3 knot crosswind component, so that's pretty negligible for this aircraft. All right, so yeah, that's pretty cool to have this information. Um, so yeah, and yep. I tell you, Navigraph, if you don't have a subscription for it, I know it can be expensive. What I tend to do is pay for it once a year, get all my ducks and drop them that money, and for the next 12 months I can use it as much as I want without having to worry about it. So that works out for me. Okay, so I don't want to open charts, so I'm just going to close that up. And my route is fairly straightforward. Leave Telluride, go straight to ETL. Got a couple waypoints in between, and I should arrive directly into Denver. All right, so I don't have a SID that I'm flying, but I'm yeah, I don't have a SID, a departure that I'm flying, but I do have an arrival, a star that I'll be picking up, and this looks like the Tabar 3. All right, so yeah, here we go. So let's generate this guy. See if we can live with the altitudes that they give us, and close this up. All right, and I like to look at everything in the PDF. So they are giving us 45,000, which is not going to work for me. So I'm going to close this guy up, and go back to edit flight. And let's see. So I hope, yeah, I did mention that I only got 4 passengers. Okay, so so now if I'm gonna pick my own altitude, I probably want to, I don't know what happened there. I probably want to look at a VFR chart to get an idea of what the terrain looked like. So let's go here, get the VFR chart. And one thing about this chart, I think I can clean things up if I wanted to, or make it more comprehensive if I wanted to. So yeah, I'm doing this just kind of to show you what's possible in this. But anyway, in a different video, I talked about how clean this looked, and then I realized, hey, well, I got a lot of stuff turned off. So in fairness, if I turn this stuff on, then it kind of started to look like the chart that I'm more used to from ForeFlight. Speaking of which, let's make sure I got ForeFlight up and running, and I do. Yeah, I'll go back to that in a minute. But yeah, okay. So anyway, turn off some of these features just to clean things up. And yeah, here we go. So yeah, and I probably will figure out my approach after I pull it into a chart. But I do have my arrival. Okay, and from this point here, I should I should generate an approach into the runway. Okay, so um, I'm looking and I'm seeing 16, 15.4, 16.6 on these altitudes. So if I go up to 18,000, then I'm going to clear all my mountains easily. Uh, but this bird likes it. I get better fuel economy at higher altitudes. So I think I think for 232 miles, nautical miles, and east is odd, so I need an odd number. So I think 23,000 works for me. All right, so we'll file for 23,000. RF, general aviation is the type of flight. And yeah, here we go. Here we go. Let's regenerate. And close this. And I did give it a flight number. The company tends to just number all their flights, the owner. Um, anyway, but anyway, here we go. So let's get this in the Lido format, which I have become accustomed to reading. Speaking of which, let me go back and show you guys this. And a lot of you guys probably already know it, but you can change the output to a whole slew of different formats now. A friend of mine just loved the Delta airline format. But I have become so accustomed to the Lido over the years, over the time that I've used ForeFlight, that I just assume stick with it. All right, so yeah. So operation of flight plan Telluride, 4440 whiskey, and I should get released at 22:43. I may not make that since it's 5:44, so 23. That's 16 plus 5. No, 16. Um, anyway, I'm not going to confuse myself with trying to do the time conversions. I have to work through it because I don't do it very often. All right, ATC. Let's see. So everything looks good. Just quick review. Plan fuel. I need at least 5,965 gallon. This is pounds of fuel. And yeah, okay, I got my route. I should have an alternate here that that for the interest of time I'm not going to review, and I don't think the FMC supports the alternate right now anyway. So yeah, operational impacts, and it's okay. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Weights, I got my 4 passengers, and each passenger has some luggage, is where I get that from. So yeah, estimated landing weight is going to be 5,000, 52,700 pounds. But my max landing rate is 75,300 pounds, so I'm well within the range. Yeah, and I got page after page of, this is my flight plan, similar to what I would do if when I'm working through flight school and doing this manually, you know, we have to do the exact same thing, um, pretty much that the computer does for me here. Yeah, wind information, winds aloft. Yeah, so happy. So anyway, that's a little with the flight plan. Let's get back to the flight. Let's see here. What must we do to make that happen? Yeah, I think that worked. All right, so what I'm going to do is rather than come in here and put in KDEN and drop it here and then do everything, do my waypoints manually, I can actually, let's see how many waypoints that I have. Let's see. I was actually going to go to just import it, but if I only have a couple waypoints, then might be I might be just as well to just, let me see, bring that page back up. Yeah, I might do just as well to not take the time importing it and just enter it. Something I don't do a lot of. So let me go back to routing and impacts, and I got two waypoints and then my arrival. So yeah, I can do it this way. So my first waypoint is gonna be ETL, Echo Tango Lima, Tango Lima. And then my next waypoint is going to be Burrow, BB, RR, Bravo Bravo, Romeo Romeo, Oscar. And that's it. That's my flight plan. Next, I can pick up my arrival. So if I go to let's see, now there's my departure, right? So I'm gonna hit my departure, and I know I'm taking off 27, and go ahead and put that in. Like I said, I don't have a SID, and I'm gonna have to go to nav here, and now I got my arrival, and I know I'm doing a star, and I am doing the Tarbar 3 with a transition at B bro bro BBRRO. Okay, so find a transition. Be on the next page. There it is, the T-bar 3, BBRRO is that transition that we talked about, and activate that. Give it some time to think about it, which is the developers actually programmed the time in to the FMC. I think you can hit a button so it doesn't have to think, it just put stuff in instantly. But in the interest of being realistic. Okay, so I also have an idea of what runway I might want. Now, you heard me talk about pulling it into get it out. See, edit flight, view flight plan. You heard me talk about putting it into a chart. So yeah, I can get this chart ready from Navigraph. Let's see, bear with me guys. There are things that I have to do. Okay, got that, and now I want to make that visible, hide that. Alright, you saw it change a little bit, got duller, so that tells me that it's ready for me to pour this chart over. Let's see if this works the way I think it's going, the way I want it to work. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I can go to flight, and I want to download the flight that I'm doing. I enter it, which would be a new flight. It's not a new flight, so I want to unload that new flight. I want to import a flight, import it from SimBrief and Telluride to Denver. So I can download this guy, and there you go. Happy. All right, and now with that, I've got some charts here, and I need to find an approach right into Denver. So as I was saying, the arrival takes me to this last waypoint called Eldora, and from Eldora, let's see what we can do. We do know right now that we want runway 34 left is what I'm got set up at the moment. So yeah, if I can do this IRS for 34 left, and it would take me right to it, or I can do this RNAV. Well, I've got some RNAVs that I can do. Let's see. So, but I'm just gonna do this 3-4 left at Eldora, add that to my route, and I'm happy. Okay, so now I got a full route to Telluride, and so I want to go back here, turn this back on, and make it a tad brighter. There we go, a tad more, and find that what am I trying to say? Find that approach. Alright, so that's gonna be nav, arrival, approach, and we was gonna do 2-4 left, 3-4 left, I'm sorry, on a ILS approach, and Eldora is my transition, so I can activate that. Now, the only thing that I didn't do, that I tend to do in cases like this, is make sure that, let's see, let me go here, fire out the iPad. I want to make sure, well, let me put that route in. Yeah, that's it there. Select that one, and 3-4 left, and this one don't have the procedural approach yet, but close that up. But what I want to do is make sure that 3-4 left is gonna put me to the nearest point of the FBO that we want to go to, because if this is an airport with the FBO way down here and I've got the taxi all the way over, then if I can find a runway with the FBO closer, that works out better for me. So plates here and close that, and I need to, not sure how I want to search for the plate. Let's see, I think I know how to search for the plate. Just tap that, tap that, yep, that's what I want. And procedure, airport diagram, there we go. There we go. So this tells me what buildings are. It's a lot on here, but let's say we go into signature, and signature is right here, and 3-4 left is here. So if I can get 3-5 left, then I can exit and just taxi back down to signature. So that means that I am going to completely regenerate my flight plan with 3-4 with 3-5 left. So and I'm not going to take you through all of that, so just hold on and I'll be right back. And just like that, it's done. So the only thing that really changed in the flight plan was the runway. The star did not change, nor did the fuel requirements. So yeah, I don't have to really do anything else except for go in here and make sure that I've got 3-5 left chosen, and so I just go to approach and make that 3-5 left, and that's that's what we want. Okay, so yeah, go back to the iPad and go ahead and make sure that I've got that approach changed here. 3-5 left, and
short final runway 21 at Kilo 10.
That's old stuff. Okay, so just disregard what you just heard. And yeah, let's see. So add to route. Happy. And that makes sense, right, guys? All right, so let's get out of here now. So now I can go ahead and have them bring out the boss and the crew and finish up the paperwork here. So yeah, so door is open. Let's get the APU running so we can get some heat going in here. Like I'm gonna sit in here in the cold myself. In reality, you know, -2, that's 30 something degrees Fahrenheit. I'm sorry, 2 degrees Celsius, 30 something degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, so let's hit this master here, wait for this light to come alive. Usually don't take long on this particular airplane. There it is. Start the APU, let the RPMs count up to 100%. And while that's happening, I can get out, go remove my chocks, and I should double check that I got my brakes set. I think I checked that. Brakes are set. Chocks are removed. Alright. Should have my APU ready now, so we'll go on APU and we'll call them to come get this APU. Alright, and that's done. Alright, so one thing I like about this airplane is it integrates with SimBrief pretty good, so I can go to SimBrief and download the flight plan. Alright, and don't know why it didn't pull in the flight number, since there is a flight number, but it is what it is. Alright, and excuse me. Okay, so let's do that fuel and payload. Let's get the SimBrief data. I need 12,460 pounds, and I only have 10,000 pounds. So let me call the fuel truck to get more fuel. Now, how do I call that fuel truck? Let's see. I don't see them out there, so do I just go set? Yep, just hit set, and that fuel is coming in, and there's the truck. So yeah, let me pop back outside. So yeah, that truck just show up instantly. If AKD sees this video, hopefully he will circle back and have that fuel truck drive up. Alright, so shouldn't take us long to get that done. My passengers weigh more than 132 pounds, so I'm going to set that to 220 pounds for my passengers. And now my payload should be close to the payload that I got in my plan. Flight log, route times and weights. Total payload is let's see, I'm coming up with 900 pounds, and they are coming up with 1,300 pounds. So let's have these guys lose a little weight. Maybe I should just leave it at this 132 pounds. I'm not sure how he calculates this, but it is what it is. So yeah, so let me go ahead and have them come on out to the aircraft. So when they get here, then I should see the car pull up, and yeah, so while I'm waiting on them, I can start putting in the perf data into my FMC. So read data from sim. Now I won't get a proper weight until I get my passengers on board. So hopefully they ain't too long, won't be too long in coming. But in the meantime, let's go to perf init. Got 5 pages. Next page. Pretty aggressive climbs, but that's okay. With these mountains, I probably need it to be pretty aggressive. And my initial cruise, I think, was what, 20 or 23. Yeah, 23. Make sure I got this the way that I want it. Yeah, I do. So yeah, 23,000. Flight level 230. And cruise winds is, now I'm going to use the average winds from the flight plan. That's 134/7. It's just the average winds. The ISO deviation from the plan is -1. So let's make that negative. And yeah, okay. So now we can go to the next page. And let's see if our fuel is finished. Yeah, I think it is, because it's registered in 12454. Whoops, sorry, that didn't work. Clear, clear, clear. Didn't like that. All right, so let's make sure that it's finished. Go to fuel page. Okay, my passengers on board. They're the there's the truck. So yeah, they are here. So I can go ahead and close that door. And fuel and payload back to the fuel page. And I'm pretty sure that the fuel truck is gone. So yeah, so now if I go back to the perf and read data, it should be correct. Bye, driver. All right, so yeah, do a flaps 20. Runway length in meters is that's actually in my flight plan. I think it was 5,177 feet. I don't know what that is in meters, but I guess I could do the math that I'm not going to do. But based on what I'm seeing, I can send these to the FMS. So I just hit that button. And now that I've sent that, maybe I can sense my fuel. Wrong button. Clear that again. And still didn't work. Let's see, did I put in my, see, I got my departure done. Yep, so that's done. Just reactivate that. Not sure why it's not letting me put in the fuel. And I know you guys are probably saying that's because you ain't did so and so and so. So you know, you guys who know this plane better than I do probably know exactly why. I got a second page here. Let's just see what's on it. All right, so arrival. Okay, I got my arrival. I'm pretty sure I got that activated, but I'm gonna resend it to the computers. Okay, waiting on it, waiting. There we go. And let's do our perfs again. And this time it's probably going to make me do the, well, no, it's not going to make me do the what if. Next, 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 and cruise. Got that filled out, looks good. Let's do our passengers, 4, and cargo. Not sure why this is not letting me. Well, maybe it wants a number. Maybe it's, I may be getting the capability of this FMC confused with some of the others that I fly. So let's see what I got up here. Fuel quantity 12,444. So so let's just go 12,444. I'm not sure this is gonna work. There we go. Now I'm cooking with gas. And cargo was what was my cargo? Cargo was 200 pounds. Okay, and we'll send this. All right, and so I'm gonna go back to the previous page. Perf plan. All right, we'll go back to perf, and I'm gonna go to takeoff. Now I always have trouble with this when I don't do an arrival, when I don't have a takeoff departure. Let's see it. And maybe there's something else that I need to consider to get it to allow me. I have been able to put in takeoff data before, but I think I need a SID, SID, which I don't have. Let's go to page 2, fuel management, page 1. Yeah, so yeah, the perf VNAV unavailable. So what does it want to be able to calculate the VNAV? I don't know. Anyway, my passengers are sitting and waiting, and I don't want them to have to wait too long. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. And so yeah, let's go ahead and turn the see, now I never even turned the packs on, so technically it will still be cold in this aircraft, but in reality I would feel it, so I would have turned it on. Okay, so turning on my APU bleed air and isolating it directly to the engines, and I can see the draw on the EEG. I can turn off the external power, and we are ready for engine start. So yeah, look about, make sure nobody's out there by my wings, and yeah. Now this is a two pilot aircraft, so bear in mind that I'm only one pilot. Before I start, let me make sure that I've got this on barrel, on inches. So that's done. And actually I didn't finish setting stuff up, so my passengers are just gonna have to wait just a minute before I start up. But in the meantime, I can turn on the packs. So I'm gonna turn the keep the bleed air on, turn the My packs are on, so yeah, they're happy. Alright, I can turn the packs on and let them talk amongst themselves, and um, go back here to my perf page on number 2 on the first officer side, and what I want are my V speeds. So perf init, I'm gonna have to go to what if init to get it. I don't know why I have to do that. I don't, but it is what it is. Perfect init. Alright, so I'm looking for my V speeds. That's gonna be on the takeoff. Right, so takeoff. I think that was part of the problem. I can't put in the takeoff data, which is why I can't get my VNAV perf. So give me a minute, guys. You won't see me disappear, but I am gonna disappear. See if I can't sort some stuff out, and I'll tell you what I did if I sorted out. So I actually didn't sort it out, but I just had a thought that I'm gonna work through with you guys. So I think I have to send the data to the FMC via the EFB. Does that make sense? Have to send the data to the FMC, the flight management computer, or the CDU, via the flight, via the the flight data bag, the electronic flight bag. So let me go to the electronic flight bag, and okay, so I've already sent this. Let me send it again, and there may be something else. Read data from sim, okay, and then resend. All right, so now it should have my speeds, and it does. Okay, good deal. And page 2, I do have a page 2. I think page 2 is landing data. Yeah, it is. That's my landing stuff, so you don't have to worry about that at the moment. Takeoff, and let's see. So is there anything else that I should be sending ground? Nope. Fuel. Nope. Okay. So yeah, just going through stuff here. So in that case, losing, oh man, clouds are building. So let's go ahead and set this MCP up, and speed 122, heading would be in my what do you call that thing? The chart, Navigraph charts, and oh, I must have closed it down. I have to find it. I must have closed down the app rather than minimizing it. So Navigraph charts, apps, and it's back. So, and what am I looking for? Oh yeah, I'm looking for the head that I want. Now I'm not doing a SID, so looks like I am going to fly runway heading. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna fly the runway heading out to ELT. And runway heading is 27. So actually it's not quite 27. Oh yeah, I got bearing 2. This ELT is 10, and bearing, let's see, 10 plus 18, 28, so it's going to be about 278 or so. All right, and oops, yep. So got that, and altitude is going to be, see if it works on the Bravo. Oh, that was 28. I guess it does work. 28. And 23 is what I'm looking for. Well, change my altitude. My altitude button is not working. I think I had set that up myself, and whatever I put in there for the altitude apparently is the wrong one. So 280. All right. Now that's what makes me get behind the plane sometimes, because a lot of times I find that I've already taken off before I remember to set the MCP up. Okay, Barrow was 130.13, and let's check that across the board. Okay, this one is not. This one looks like it's not slave to it, and let's see, let's check this board here. This one should be slaved, and it is 120. Yeah, it's just not in barrels up in inches. That one's in the European standard. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's go down to our pedestal and test the what am I trying to say? Get it out. The spoilers. All right. So yeah, I'm seeing something happen over here. So at least I know they're working. Ground spoilers. All right. So let's put them in use, and they will display as being. They may display as being on. We want flaps 20, and our flaps are high enough to go to 20 and taxi at the same time, so I'm okay with that. All right, so my gusset, all right, get this. My gust lock is released. Brakes are still set. And let's start engine number 2. All right. So let's go back up here. And we'll turn the isolation valve back on, turn the packs back off, and start our master and start number 2. I've got rotation. Doesn't take this long to spin up. All right. Now one thing I do need to see, and I keep trying to remember to look this up in the manual as at what point. I don't have anything to say into. Let me just check something. AC power, hydraulics, cameras, flight controls, map data. Let me click this one. Map view. Nope, that's aircraft center. Let's try aircraft center. No, let's go center the aircraft. Fuel. All right. Maybe this is what I'm thinking. No. Let's see, but anyway, we'll leave it there. But yeah, I don't know which of these to look at and target before I give it gas, before I introduce fuel, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so close that up, open that up, and go ahead and close that up right quickly, which I shouldn't do in case I have to stop it. But see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. I've got 21 here, and maybe it's the 21 that I should be looking for. All right, so let's go ahead on and turn this on and turn the fuel control on, and start valve is closed, and EGT is steady. I mean, this thing starts really quickly. All right, so let's go up here and turn off the electric hydraulics, and we can close this isolation valve, open our engine bleeds, turn our APU bleed off, turn our packs back on, and I need my altitude for Denver, but I can turn off my one thing I like about this is the generators pop on automatically, don't have to worry about that. I can turn off my APU, and happy. So I can turn all that off. It'll wind down. I can turn off the master start. I should probably leave these on until I'm airborne, because that's probably equivalent to continuous start, right? And I can go ahead and turn on my hydraulics. That's all automatic. Yeah, the hydraulics is automatic, but I can turn on the ICE to auto and turn on the probes. All right, good deal. And turn that beacon on. I should have did that just before I started the engines. But yeah, still, I'm happy. All right. So it seems like a lot of work to start a jet, but it's just that I'm going through everything kind of in a meticulous manner. Now, pressurization, and I need to look up the elevation for my landing airport, right? So I know that I hit, there's my chart, okay. Landing airport is Denver, and elevation for Denver for runway, where's my runway? 235 left. Why can't I find 35 left? There it is. 5434. All right. So, I can use that information. And you know what, guys? I didn't have to do that. This aircraft does it automatically. The pressurization is all done automatically. So all I need to do is make sure I got it on auto. But it's good to know what my my landing elevation is. It's actually lower than my elevation right now. Okay, so we are ready to taxi. Weather is moving in. Probably not getting any warmer outside, so let's turn on our taxi lights, wingtip lights, seat belt signs, no smoking, and quick review. Turn that pat back on. I don't know. It may need to go off for takeoff. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, brakes are released. Chocks are out. And let's taxi to 27. Finally, we're moving. Yay. Now this livery I downloaded and make a call. Telluride traffic. Telluride traffic, Gulfstream 444 Sierra Charlie is taxiing to runway 27 Telluride. Alright. And let's go back to my map here. And check my tiller, looking good. Check my brakes, looking good. Let's see, somebody just landed. Oh, somebody taking off. Didn't see him taxi by me, but I was focusing on what I needed to be focused on. Alright. Clear left, clear right. Follow the yellow brick road. And you hear me say that out loud because I need to remind myself that that's what I'm looking for, that yellow brick road. All right. And you see my spoilers indicator is deployed, and my spoilers are deployed on taxi, but when I give this guy, when I give it throttle, then they would go down. But yeah, flaps at 20%, not 20%, 20 degrees. And yeah, happy. Okay, so I got a aircraft configuration error notice, and it went away, so I'm not sure what that was. And for whatever reason, this aircraft will display the master warning, and I'm uncomfortable with that, but I don't know, you know, if something is throwing me warnings, then I have yet to figure out what it is. Let me test my reversers. Reversers are working. All right. I don't see any traffic coming in. Make this call. And You know what, guys? Let's see. I don't know why my radio stack on my desk is not working at the moment. Let's see, why is that not working? Could it be? There we go, it's working now. Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, in fact, I do need to come down to this radio stack and do some work. And I don't have a key for that, but I can pop it out. So, yeah, we'll do it this way. And see that call I made, I guess it did get heard, 123 for CTEF, and Denver approach Denver Center is going to be 125.30, 125.35. So let's change this to 35. 125.35 and stand by. And didn't take it. I'm not sure why. So I'm not going to get bogged down in that. All right. So clear. All right. But mainly, I want to turn my TCAS on. TARA, traffic advisory, radar advisory, and return. And put a squawk code in. Of course, since this is not towered, then I would get my squawk code in the air when I pick up my flight plan, but remember, this is a 2-pilot aircraft. Telluride traffic, Gulfstream 444 Sierra Charlie is taking off runway 27, departing to the northeast. Telluride. All right. Go up here. Strobes come on. Landing lights come on. And don't have to worry about fuel. Engine start light is on. Probably should make that part of the
approaching runway 27.
The lights. Thank you.
Enter
Happy help.
27. 7,000 feet remaining.
All right, so I can close this guy up. All right, flaps are set. Flaps 20. And all right. And we're rolling. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. V2 rotation, positive rate, gear up. So we want heading 278 to ELT. Autopilot is engaged. Set speed to 220. We are climbing. We're above 10, so turn these lights off. Flaps retract. All right, turn on IL nav. And let's go to FMC. Approaching transition altitude. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to standard and turn some lights up because these clouds are making it hard for me to see. We're at 21,000 and climbing for 28, should be 23. So let me make that correction. In reality, I would have had a first officer checking behind me. Less than 1,000 to go to cruise altitude. Glad the clouds are fairly low, but it's a shame I can't look down and see the gorgeous scenery. You know, these clouds, to me, I'm sorry, but they look awesome. All right, let's get our speed up to cruise, and we'll cruise at Mark 8. Right, no smoking, seatbelt sign is on. We can go ahead and turn our seatbelt signs off. Even though these guys are billionaires and it's his plane, I do not allow smoking on board because I'm still captain and none of them smoke anyway. Right. Nice. 4 people. Oh man, look at my speed. Well, I did say that we were going Mark 8. So that is fast as hell. All right. So we're cruising at 200 at 3. We at 354 indicated at 23,000, and our ground speed is a nice, to hunt down and find what the ground speed is displayed. Let me hit standard for this guy here. I didn't do. Find the standard button. Push. Not pushable, so I'm just going to leave that on, whatever it is. All right, ground speed. Here it is, 472 knots. So with these high clouds, we probably should have chose a higher altitude. Trying to see if we're going to stay above them or not. Looks like we're going to go through the tops of them. So I guess we'll be okay. And we're in the soup. I'll be glad when they get the rain more realistic. X-Plane hired the girl who developed the enhanced cloud system, and I guess the shucks, what's his name? Been with Laminar Research ever since Austin started it. I can't think of his name. I want to say Rick, but I don't think that's his name. I guess he feels like he's taken this sim almost as far as it'll go. So yeah. All right, so let's look at our legs, our plan here, and let's see if I've got any LNAV capability. I didn't think I did, so I'm gonna have to do my air nav manually. I actually got a window that I can activate, I believe, that show me my vertical profile. Let's see. That's the problem with not flying the same plane over and over. I don't know where that. Oh, there it is. Map, vertical profile. It's not the vertical profile that I'm looking for. Let's see. Map. Let's make this 4. That want to become 4. X. Yeah, I should get a. I think if the VNAV was working, then I would get the vertical profile. So without the VNAV, I'm not getting it. So yeah, I can just unclick that. And let's see, PL4. Airport. Well, hopefully X-Plane will implement weather radar. The auto throttle is working, and I tell you, we're getting bounced around. So let me go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign back on, and probably want to slow down a tad. So that's what I'm gonna do, slow down a tad. And technically I'll be talking to center right now. So let's go ahead and tune center into the box. And well, that's not implemented. 37 miles to our first waypoint, well, our next waypoint. The VOR was our first one. And I think this was I think the distance between the two waypoints was like 117 miles. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see, let's look at this guy here. 21, 30, 21. Yeah, I'm gonna stick where I'm at. Okay, just popped into the clouds, just lowered now over the top. Yeah, so yeah. Seatbelt sign come back off. It's nice to have everything so automated in terms of icing and whatnot, so I don't have to really worry about
is 125.6.
remembering to turn on the icing. 125.6 is the frequency for I don't know if it's even gonna take it. 125.6. All right, clear that. 125.6. I could just do 1256. Let's try putting it here. There we go. Let's see. Actually, look at here. Typing in 125.6 and it's putting in 124.6. 1, 2, clear. So let's try to come 125.6. Actually, let's take the point out. 1256. Now that came up 1253. That's not going to work. What I'm hoping to get is an ATIS 125.60. Let's try the whole format here. Yeah, it's coming up 124.6. Not sure what's going on there. Let's see. The analog button is not available. And let's see if there's anywhere else that I can put that. Well, I can put it here. Let's try putting it in the first officer's radio. 125.6. Didn't like that. Alright, so if I go over here, go over here, clear. 5.6. No can do. Alright, so my ILS frequency, let's go ahead and get that in while we're in radio. Let's see. Still haven't got the bar yet. We are 2 miles away. Didn't realize I've had my iPad on all this time, so a lot of what I thought you guys were able to see, you probably wasn't able to see it. So deep apologies for that. All right. The iPad doesn't show up on my screen at all. The only way I know it's on is to look way over here, and anyway, sorry. All right, so looking for I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at, but I'm looking for the approach. 340 ILS 34 left, category 1, and I got cat 3. This is a cat 3, cat 2 and 3. So just brief this approach. This is 125.6. Approach is 119.3. That's the tower. And let's see if I can put that in. Clear. 119.3. 33.25. I'm gonna have to send an email saying that, let them know the issue that I'm having, and hopefully I can reference this video, and so that they can fix this. But the frequency for the ILS is 111.9. So if we can put that in, then actually, if we can put that in, then 111.9. Yes. All right. And pop that in, make it active, and do the same for 2. 111.9. Make it active. Yes. All right. And our course is 353.353. Faster to come down. 353. And yeah, just I tend to be quick to get behind the aircraft, so I'm trying to work on staying ahead of it. And our top of descent is going to be 220. I guess we can go ahead and bring her down 1,000 feet. Vertical speed. That's close. Gonna hit T-bar at 22, flight level 220. That was just pure luck. I can get rid of this guy. That's the one I was looking for. Actually, not. I was hoping I could expand, make this larger like I can in other pop-outs. All right. And my next waypoint for Monarch is between 250 and 210, so I can just breeze through at 220, and then around Bedivin, I need to be below 15. Okay. So after I get to Monarch, then we'll start heading down. So go seatbelt signs back on. And that looks so blurry because we get blasted with light. The shield light can come down a little bit. Console lights can come down a little bit. The darker it get, the brighter these lights glare, and it will hurt your eyes. Why did my glare shield light go off? All right. Alright, so we're at D mark. Start our descent below 15. So we'll change this guy to 12. And we'll stick at 12 through the next waypoint. Since I'm flying, since I'm managing it myself, single pilot, let's make it as easy as we can, right? So come down at 1,000, and let's see if I get a bottom of descent mark. So 13. Wow, I'm already on top of that. And let's pull the speed back a little bit. So yeah, I wasn't able to hit that. I mean, not only was I able to hit it, but way off. Drop it 3, and might even deploy some speed brakes. Yeah, let's throw on some speed brakes. So with the weather outside, I'm purely instrument trying to get down to 12. Nearest altimeter is 120. 3. Let's see. 3011. Brakes are fully deployed. I'm struggling to get down. So let's see if and I don't know why she really wants to throttle up. She's coming down more or less where she should be, because I am using auto throttle. All right, so I'm asking myself, what can I do to stay ahead of the airplane? And short of using the checklist, which I which I'm not using, as you can see, I'm not really sure. Okay, 1,000 to go. So why don't I go ahead and at least turn my APU back on? I think I do that in this airplane after I take the taxiway. All right, so I'm at 12. Next waypoint is 11, so let's bring on down. Come on down. You're the next contestant. All right, so I need to get her down pretty quick. Release the speed brake. Without this engine noise, I hope you guys can hear me okay. All right, runway is in sight. So 10,000.
Centennial altimeter 3011.
3011, got that. And where am I? Should be at 9,000 now. Thousand or above, so I just want 9,000. And I should speed to change and bring this guy way back. Faster. All right, 250. I dropped some gear. I am way too high let's see. So it's my airplane because I need to get some gear down. I need to get lower quickly. All right. Landing lights can go on. Gear can come down. Flaps. Speed brakes can come off. Back. Feel my auto throttle. Throttles should be off.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low,
More
terrain.
flaps.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low.
I need to pick that glide slope up.
Too low, terrain.
So
Terrain. Too low, 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 terrain.
speed look okay.
Terrain. Too low, 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 terrain.
Runway 35 left.
On the slope now.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reversers are on. Hands on the tiller. Knots, reversers are off, braking. We actually could have caught the other one, but we're going to exit to the right. So we're looking for exit to the right, and because, let's see, because it's so dark, oh no, exit to the left is fine. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, there is no exit to the right, except for way up at the top. Cross over to another, to 35 right, but yeah. All right, so we're going to signature. All right, start the APU. First officer would normally be the one doing this, so I can stay on the yellow brick road. So since I'm pilot alone, I'm actually stop and clean up. Strobes can come off, landing lights can come off, and logo light can go on. APU can come on, and I should have hit the APU first. Yeah, okay. And yeah, okay. So, happy. Now what I want to do is taxi. See, I can't. I lost my orientation. That's what I want to taxi all the way down here. So this is the one that I want. Flaps can come up. FLT, flaps, already done. Lights. signature is gonna be the next left. Now this doesn't look like the left that I want, so that looked like for some airports, airside traffic, airside support traffic. So maybe a fire station. Who knows? Itch. All right, buddy. I got the right of way. You don't care, do you? I don't know why that is jetting out over the runway like that. Yeah, there's my right. There's my right that I want to take for the FBO. There's a sign that say, I think, what does that say? I wanted to say that said FBO, but it says M5. I'm on Mike, and I'm turning on Lima 1, which is exactly what I want. Alright, so what I can do is, if I had a first officer who was worth his or her weight, she would do this for me, but I can see if it'll let me call for the transportation to pick these guys up. Nope. Not yet. Not with the engines running, I guess. Alright, so have to say that this is our stop. Okay. And let's see if it'll let me call with the brake set. All right, brake is set. Not yet. And I want to turn on all my lights on both pages. All right. All right, happy. Brakes are set. That guy's on. APU is on, so I can shut the engines off. bet you I never turned this master off at the top. Okay, happy. Turn all this stuff off. Seatbelt sign can go off. Let's see if we can get the do I have the APU on or not? Actually, I think I turned it off. My bad. Okay. Let's see if we get this to come now. Let's try to get closer. All right, take passengers to terminal. Click. When it works, it'll say please wait, or it's not working, so let me continue to turn stuff off. Seatbelt sign logo. Now beacon can go off. Let's see, maybe it's the beacon light. Nope, wasn't the beacon light. All right. Okay, so taxi light should have been off already. And if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna abandon this. So guys, I can't call the ground transportation, so I guess they're gonna have to walk in the rain. They won't melt. I would just park a little closer because I don't see anything on that's preventing these guys from being able to shoot, I didn't mean to do that. I want to actually read what it said. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's this flight, and let's see if we can't do an instant replay. Now historically, whenever I try to do an instant replay, the sim always, well, not always, the sim sometimes crash. So don't know how this is gonna work this time. Before I actually try to do the replay, I am going to shut down active sky, because I've heard some people say that active sky would cause it to crash, but I have been able to use this in the past, and it looks like so far so good. All right, so let's just back it up this way. Now remember, I had to come down, and I wound up coming down at an altitude a lot faster than I would normally come down. So, yeah, because I see how high I'm above, see how I haven't picked up my glide slope. So I really got my nose pointed down. All right, I'm on a 1 mile final. Flaps in, grills down. Lights are, well, they're on. It's just that I turned them off after I parked. Over the threshold. Sweet.
Piedmont 6202, contact McCarthy, good evening. Foxtrot 638, thanks.
Sweet. Okay, not the best looking, let's see, show, but you get the idea. So yeah, let's cancel the replay mode and get back in the cockpit. And see if we can call one more time for the car. Nope. But, you know, that's software for you, right? They say computers don't make mistakes. And you know what I say to that. Yeah, right. Okay. And let's finish shutting down. So my engines are stopped. APU is what I'm running on. For all intents and purposes, my passengers have departed. So at this point, I can go on batteries. Stop the APU. Turn it off. Okay, and I'm on batteries. And I can turn my displays off. Okay, and I can turn my batteries off and everything will be pitch black when I do that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the flight. I enjoyed it, and thanks for riding along. Okay.
Y'all come back now. Cheers.